Welcome to Being Friends with Jess and Toni-ann, an inside look at our friendship, millennial things, sports, and pop culture. Come laugh with us, or maybe at us, and let's be friends.
Welcome back, friends.
Hi.
I got whipped cream on my nail.
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome back. I have been perpetually freezing all day because when I tell you it was sub-negative degrees in my office building today, I mean it. Like freezing, hood on, jacket on all day over a sweater. That's not normal. So
even in
my perpetually have a chill.
Even in my hottest apartment, I've been in a sweatshirt and sweatpants all day.
Yeah,
so
like, literally freezing.
It's just that deep chill, you know? It like goes.
Yeah, it doesn't leave. It won't leave.
Yeah, and to everybody, this is actually the last day with this tree up. I'm gonna take everything down tomorrow. So leave the judgment. Considering you're gonna see this on January 10th, please take this as note that the tree will be down on January 8th. So
I just want to have a PSA though. Half of these people are taking their trees down before the wise men even got to Jesus, and like right. Jesus is the reason for the season.
Was that today? Yesterday? When was that?
Yesterday. So you're not that far off. I took mine down Mine took mine down on Sunday because I had to work. I went into the office yesterday, so I took all my stuff down on Sunday.
Yeah, you really?
So sad. I don't hate Jesus. Don't be spreading that rumor.
You just said the wise man don't take it down, and you're like, oh.
Okay, well, I at least waited till they were 99.9% of the way there before I took my tree down. And my manger's still out, which is the most important reason for the season.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you want to talk about super religious things, because I'm not that religious, even though obviously we're Catholic by nature, by whatever. But my family this year, we always have a manger under the tree in my parents' house. And like halfway through December, all of a sudden I get a text message from my brother saying, "Did you look in the manger yet?" And I'm like, what is there to look at? Like, I'm the one that set it up. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, and we usually have baby Jesus in like a box and we hide him behind the manger. And then Christmas morning, he's born.
Yeah, you can't put him
out.
Right. When you're done, I have something about baby Jesus.
Okay.
Keep going.
So halfway through December, all of a sudden we noticed that my brother must have found like a little Yoda doll, like a little like Yoda figurine, and he put him in the manger, like basically like in the empty space where baby Jesus did like crib goes. So it was like Mary, Joseph, and then like Yoda looking like he's like officiating a wedding. It looks so ridiculous. And my mom did not notice that for like 2 weeks. It was just
until she went to put Jesus in on Christmas.
And no, like she noticed it before Christmas. And then Christmas morning, we're opening gifts, whatever, and my mom's like, "Oh my God, we have to put Jesus out." And I go to take baby Jesus out of the little box behind the manger, and I open up the box, and there's another baby Yoda figurine in the box. So I was cracking up. I was like, I don't know. My brother definitely bought these little things on Amazon for the sole purpose of playing this stupid prank. And then I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was hilarious. And then I'm in Vermont this weekend, and I'm on the chairlift calling like my mom just to check in, like, how's your morning, whatever. And there's only 4 of us. So we were in the gondola for non-ski people. The gondola's hold 8 people. We were 4. So there was 4 strangers in the gondola with us.
Oh,
and I was on the phone. My mom calls me and she goes, I meant to call you before because I couldn't find Jesus, but I've now found Jesus. And I'm like barely hearing her because I'm like in the valley. So I'm like, what? You found Jesus? I like looked over at me and was like, my cousins were cracking up because I sent them the Snapchat. They like knew it, like what it was regarding. But she was like, yeah, like I really don't know. Like, but yeah, don't worry about it. Like I found Jesus. I'm like, okay, well I can rest. And then I hung up the phone and I say to them, I go, don't worry guys, my mom found Jesus. And like,
meanwhile, all those people on the gondola are probably like, oh no, like another like crazy person out there.
Yeah.
So the funny thing about me is that like, obviously when we moved out, I could not find a nativity that I liked for the past 4 years. Well, actually, yeah, because we didn't have one in the apartment. Like I have this little like glitter nativity. Is it out still? Hold on, I'll show you. This was my nativity.
Oh.
from when we lived in the apartment
No,
until
don't
this
shorten
year.
the point. I remember that actually.
Yeah, because okay, so anyway, fast forward, my mom's like, I'll find you one, like we'll get one, but we can't find one for years. And I'm like, Jesus needs to be removable. It's my biggest pet peeve when people have Jesus out the whole time. Like
Right.
it drives me insane. So anyway, we finally find on Amazon these like neutral, like little, like the heavy plastic, like the resin nativity scene. So my mom ordered it for me. Joseph has been falling over for 3 weeks now. Anyway, Jesus is removable, so we have a nativity. But Joe didn't want to stand up.
Oh.
Every time I came in my house, face planted.
He was
Bro.
saying, like, this ain't my kid. I shouldn't even have to be here.
Yeah. Anyway, we totally skipped over what's in our china because we just hard launched nativity scenes.
And we just went deep Catholicism for a moment there. All good, all good. But
All because of the Christmas tree.
you know, like Jesus, I like wine, so I'm having
Yeah, me
wine. Segue. I'm using one of the so for my Christmas gift from work, I got to pick my gift this year. It was like through some like company where you just like pick your gift.
Oh yeah, I remember you said
And
this.
I picked 2 wines to sample. So they sent them in these like tubes like this.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So, but it's like literally tasting, like it's not a full glass, clearly. So, I mean, it's a little more than like a tasting you get like at a winery, but it's like half a glass, I'd say. So this is a Cabernet from Veneto, Italy.
Nice.
And I have a 2021. And then I have another one that, let's see how fast I drink this. Maybe I'll open that one and I'll say what that one is.
Okay.
Okay.
I have another hot chocolate in my green mug. And that's all. My whipped cream was picturesque, but I ate that all while we were talking about Jesus.
Mm.
So cheers, friend. I'm really on a hot cocoa kick because I'm
You are.
freezing. I'm freezing.
It's cozy season for sure.
Yeah, I need to be cozy.
Oh, this is actually pretty good.
Pleasantly surprised by the mail order wine.
Yeah, for coming in a little test tube, it ain't bad. You know,
I feel like
gotta
I
get
don't
Napa
have a
skills.
ridiculous thing for this week, which is like kind of wild. But like I just
obviously-
feel like I'm like the only ridiculous thing is that like the holidays are over. I still have no day, like not a clue as to what day of the week it is. Like I just can't get my shit together still.
Yeah.
So, that's really the only thing that is ridiculous and going on at the moment.
I didn't realize it was Tuesday until when I was like, oh, I'll text Jess, like, if she doesn't want to record today, we can record tomorrow. And then I go, oh, wait, it's already Tuesday.
I know. And then
I
I
said
was like,
today.
I know. And then last night I realized, like yesterday, I was like, oh, we didn't say if we were recording tonight. And then I saw you. I was like, no, she's still skiing because she left on Saturday. And then I woke up to your Snapchat and you were like hitting the mountain. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. I mean, I got home at like 9:30 last night, but like I would have been too tired to record.
9:30. I was in bed for an. Actually, I had a terrible migraine last night, so I was in bed by like 8 o'clock.
Well, I made a good time. I was on the mountain from like 9:30 a.m. to like we went almost all the way to 4 o'clock, which is rare for us these days because we're all getting older. We don't really last the full day anymore, but we did. And then I went back to the condo, took a quick shower, packed up my shit, and then I got on the road and did not stop to pee, did not stop to get food, and I was back home by 9:30. Very nice.
Look at you go. Look at you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we could just like jump into like random things then I guess, unless you have a ridiculous thing.
Count my manger thing as my ridiculous thing because that was
that could be a dual ridiculous thing that we were so angry about the mangers. But I do have like a weird thing. It's not really ridiculous. I just don't get it more so. So obviously it's the beginning of the year.
That's my new jingle for this segment.
It was the beginning. So it's the beginning of the year, obviously, like everybody's back into their books. I told you all that I'm very bored of lessons in chemistry. So I went and I bought 4 new books at Barnes & Noble the other day. No, I will finish it. I just feel like I need to like stimulate my brain with something else and then I'll go back to it. Because again, I am curious about it, just not enough to read more than 3 pages at a time. Anyway, so then I am getting like inundated with like book like reels and things like that. And I just need to know that like when we're suggesting like books, why are people annotating the shit out of like books like that they read? Like why are we annotating? Like why are you reading a romance novel with 74 post-it notes in it and highlighted? Like why are we doing that?
I think
What
that
are you
annotation
taking
should
notes?
only.
Are you taking notes for yourself? What are you doing? Why? What are you
Yeah.
gonna go back and read the highlighted notes that you made? Like I don't understand.
It's a part of the book reading culture. Some people do like doing that because they feel like they're like inputting their opinion, and like instead of reviewing a book as a whole, they're like pointing out each thing they like. I don't know. I wouldn't do
guess.
it for like a random romance book, but like I would do it for if I was reading like a long saga of novels and like I needed to remember something for later, like I'd pin it or
Or
something.
if you were like in a book club where you're like, okay, we're gonna discuss things about the
Right.
chapter, and then you're like writing your thoughts. Understood. But like some of the things that I've seen highlighted on Instagram, I'm like, you need to highlight that. What is that doing for you? Are you going back
Mhm.
and reading that in a moment to remember for your own like, you know what I mean? Like what? What are we doing that for?
I think that's what it is. I think that's literally what it is. But
Maybe.
like I
I
said,
don't
I
know.
and you can annotate on Goodreads, you know. I know you don't really use it,
I'm
Goodreads
not
much.
an annotator. I'm just like a reader. I
I
just
don't
read.
I don't annotate either, to be clear, but
I
I see
can't
other people.
annotate.
I do love going
It's
through
too
some
much.
TikToks where like people show their annotations from Goodreads, but it's like about a book I read already, so I could like laugh at it. It's usually one of my books. But like either way, um
That's so funny.
yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I know it's a very popular thing to do. And then I just can't recommend like people like handy like if I wanted to recommend a book to you, I would never hand you a book that has a million post-it notes in it because
Right. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't even tell you what happened to me. So I went to Barnes and Noble, right? And I pick up a book. I check out. I'm getting coffee at Starbucks to bring back home. And the bottom of the pages, like there's some that are damaged. And I'm like, oh no, oh no. So I go back up to the checkout counter while the girl's making me a coffee. And I'm like, can I just see if there's another one? Because like this is gonna drive me insane. And she was like, yeah, if there's another copy, go ahead, go grab it. I was like, cool, thank you. I go to the back. There's only one other copy, and the cover had a rip in it. And I was like, now I'm at a crossroads. Do I take the cover with the rip or do I take the damaged pages? I went with the damaged pages because it was just on the bottom. But like the cover being ripped would drive me more like
you know,
you know how I feel. I can't even go to the library because I can't like deal with the conditions
I
of
would
the
say
books.
that book should go right to the library now.
Nope. I was like,
I'm still, you know what? I have no
suffocating.
problem with my library books.
Yeah, because you don't have OCD.
I mean, I like them to be nice, but also I would say about 90% of the books I read are in hardcover for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Maybe
just
the
like
library only orders the hardcover because it's easier to preserve. I don't know.
probably. I feel like a lot of library books are hardcover books. That is a good
Mhm.
point. But also, it's just like the condition,
I know
the
you don't like
like
the yellowed
the
pages.
pages. Oh
You like a
no,
new book. I know.
I
Fresh,
need like freshness.
right off the
Or just
press.
knowing who had it before me. Like,
Well, that's why
you
I'm
know what I
getting
mean? Like, if it
excited
comes from one of my friends, that's okay. But
for those fellow fantasy romance gals. I'm getting very excited. 2 weeks from now, the third book of the Fourth Wing series is coming out, Onyx Storm, and I have had it reserved at the library on pre-order since like August. So I'm hoping to be like one of the first people that gets it lent, and I'm like so excited. Like, and the only reason I'm a little bummed, or I'll be pleasantly surprised, is that all like the copies in stores have like a really cool, like not spine of the book, but like the page faces
oh,
of like dragons and stuff, and it looks so cool. But like I don't keep a library, so like I don't keep books, but I'm very excited to read it. I'm listening to the audiobooks
okay,
currently to get me all ready
nice.
for it.
Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
All right. Not on a book topic. Shall we talk about the Golden Globes?
Sure. You know what? I
Okay.
only realized about an hour before it started that it was even on that night. My
I knew that it
countdown to
was
the viewers
on.
changed.
I knew that it was on, but like it was like very, I didn't watch the red carpet or anything like that because I was watching football all day. And then I was like, I really watched it for Nikki Glaser. That's why I watched it.
I know. When I was obviously in Vermont, so I said to my cousins, like, I was like, do you guys care? Let's put on the red carpet because nothing's on. But then like, I just want to watch the monologue, and then, you got the opening monologue, and then we could change it. Like, I don't care. And which is so not past Toni-ann. Past Toni-ann watches the whole show without fail. And
Right.
but it's just, I'm getting less into it. So I
I
watched
think
red carpet.
her jokes hit
Yeah.
perfectly. Like, they were perfect. Even like my favorite joke was like, some of these people might not even be here again, and we don't know who they are, but they know who they are. And I was like,
Yeah, exactly. I love saying things like, I am the pop culture person in my family, obviously. So sitting watching with my cousins was funny because even the red carpet, like, I'm like, oh, I hate that dress. Oh, that dress is great. And like every single one of my cousins is like, who's that? Who is that? No, none of my cousins knew who Glenn Powell was. Okay. There are some people that just don't know pop culture. And I was like, they were like, well, what was he in? I go, I don't know.
it was the year of Glenn
Everything.
Powell. How did they
So,
miss
like,
him?
don't even ask a question like that. I was like, I don't know, Top Gun Maverick. Oh, I haven't seen that one. The new Twisters movie. Oh, I don't want to see that movie. I go, you don't have to want to see it, but you saw the commercials for it a million times. That's who he is. How else do I explain it? I can't explain it.
Everywhere.
I know. So I'm just like, but this is the people I'm working with here. Okay. Like, he doesn't even know, they don't even know who Glenn Powell is. So the show starts and I'm like, trust me, I just want to watch Nikki Glazer. She's a really funny comedian. Did you watch the roast of Tom Brady? She killed it in that. They're like, oh no, I meant to watch that. I didn't get to it. I go, okay, well, yeah, she's a really good comedian. I didn't bother delving into the Taylor Swift stuff because they wouldn't get it and they wouldn't care. So I'm like, okay. And then like the monologue happened. Honestly, for Nikki Glazer, I thought it was tame. Like, CBS definitely, I think, put the chokehold on her a little bit.
Oh, they published like a reel not a reel, but like a carousel of the jokes that didn't make it, and they were just as good as the jokes
did
that
they?
did. Yes, I don't know who posted it, but it was very funny, and it was like the jokes that Nikki didn't use at the awards, but it was so good. It was tamed, but like it was still like she still was like pushing the limits, but
Yeah.
like in a tasteful way. Keep going though. So did you
No,
wind up
that's
watching it, or that was it? You just watched the monologue?
I watched about halfway through. I think I turned it off maybe around like 9:45, 10.
When she came out as the Pope and was singing Popular.
I did see that.
Like, this is hilarious.
Yeah. She like stopped herself halfway through and was like, I'm sorry, this is terrible.
Right. It was like she like her in between also was entertaining, and coming off of Joe Choi from last year.
Oh, I forgot he even hosted that.
Yeah, because it was so bad. So like this was a big upgrade.
Also,
Big
because
upgrade.
time moves fast but slow at the same time. Please, and we don't have to talk about time because you know how that gets me in a spiral. What was last year the Will Smith Oscar slap, or was that 2 years ago already?
No, I think that was 2 years ago already.
Like, so I don't remember shit about awards shows last year. Like, it was a
Either
complete
2
blur.
or it might have been. No, it wasn't 3 years ago. It was whenever the Serena and Venus movie came out, because that was the movie.
Yeah, so
King
it definitely
King
wasn't
whatever.
like King Richard or something.
Yes, Richard.
It wasn't last year then, right?
No, it was not last year. It was
Like, that's
definitely
how far, like, time
at
flies.
least 2 years ago.
Yeah. So I don't even remember what the big movie was last year, but that's the thing about the Globes is that at least
Wait, now I can't remember the big movie last year either.
I don't know. But
I feel like
do
it was
remember
something weird that won for everything.
the Oscars.
Was the Native American movie last year?
Oh, maybe the one with Martin Scorsese.
Maybe.
Um,
What do we feel about
oh no,
Zen-
Oppenheimer one was last year, I think.
Oh yeah, and Barbie. Oh, I'm Just Ken. How did we forget about I'm Just Ken?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
it's coming
Slap
back. It's
was
coming
2
back.
years ago then. Okay, that makes sense.
Wow.
But yeah, time flies. I was like, wow. And then I like the Globes more because one, they drink a little more and they're a little more loose. But two, like there's TV, so I could like I know those categories, so that's nice.
Right. What did you think about Zendaya just like hard launching her engagement at the Golden
I think that's the way to do it. It saves all the questions. Like,
I also think that it was genius too. Tom Holland was like, I'm not walking the carpet with her. It's about her. It's not about me. So like, even better to be like ballsy and be like, yeah, I'm engaged and he's not even here with me. Like,
yeah. Oh, this whole thing.
Yeah, like, what do you mean, guys? Like, you don't know? Um, yeah, so that was funny, and Selena
You're
Gomez
there
was there
too.
with her new fiancé.
Yeah, which bless him. I mean, she's gorgeous as hell. He is just
But that joke was also great.
yeah.
Like, also great. And the whole time she's sitting there and she's like, it's coming. It's coming. Like, she
He
knows.
saw it
She
coming
knows.
too. He knew.
But you know what? Like, who cares? They're happy. Like, who cares?
He said it in
Because
good
if they
spirits,
weren't
though.
famous and they were dating each other, like, only their friends would be like, what's going on here? Not the entire world.
Mhm. By the way, I drank that sample way too quick, so we're moving on to the second. This one is a Garganta del Aguila from Spain, I guess. I
Okay.
feel like I'm a scientist today
Yeah, they do look
in,
like test tubes.
in this test tube.
I saw you finally saw Wicked, which
I did,
did not win a lot of awards.
which it shouldn't have. I mean, musicals rarely do.
Right.
But
I'm
it was
curious
very
to
good.
see if it wins more at the Oscars for like sets and costumes and like that kind of stuff, like the cinematography aspects of it, like of the design and like that, because I thought that
Probably
the
not.
set was like cool. Apparently they like planted all those tulips on set and there was like millions of tulips like when they're running in the beginning of Munchkin Land, all those tulips are like
Oh,
real and planted,
wait,
which
you saw
is
the movie, right?
iconic. Yeah.
Okay, so we can talk about it. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it, but like honestly, the play has been out for
But
like
you
15
also
years.
saw the play, so
Yes.
I didn't see the play.
Okay, so it was a very good movie. I went into it with expectations of liking it because I like the songs, but like I didn't like The Wizard of Oz. I never liked as a child. Like I actually was terrified of The Wizard of Oz as a child.
Me too, because of
So
the
opening up
monkeys.
to Munchkin Land off the bat already had my heart pumping a little bit because that was one of my fears. But lucky to see that they didn't use real life munchkins, which you can't say anymore, in this movie. But them and I still was as terrified of ever of the flying monkeys. I actually had nightmares about it the next day. So
See, I think that like for me, it made me less scared of them. Like now I like feel like I would willingly watch The Wizard of Oz knowing how they became the flying monkeys.
no, they were terrifying. They were it was the Planet of the Apes, but if they grew wings and
Oh
they
no,
all
they were
screeched at
still
you.
terrifying, don't get me wrong.
I was sweating. I was sweating. I was literally there going like, oh my God, I know this is gonna fuel my nightmares tonight. Like I just know it. And it did.
But does that not
But
happen in the play? Like, is there no flying monkeys in the play?
I don't the play I probably saw like at least 10 years ago. Like
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember it really. But
Okay.
but back to the Munchkin Land, the whole movie, anytime he was on screen, that freaking redhead guy. I'm like, Ariana, what are we doing here? This man is so fugly, such a little weasel. And I know that that was his character, but I feel like that's definitely how he is in real life. And I was getting the cringe.
Well, obviously he's
anytime
a
he got on
weasel.
screen.
He left his wife, who just had a baby, for Ariana Grande.
I just meant looks wise. I didn't even mean personality. Like
No,
he's just a weasel.
personality wise, I'm like, ew.
He's disgusting. Like Ariana Grande, you can have anyone, really. Like, what are you doing?
She also was with Pete Davidson. Like, come on, she could do a lot better than half of the people she dates.
It was I had the ick on her behalf. I was like, girl, girl. This is like
I thought you were going to say you were distracted by Jonathan Bailey the entire time.
Jonathan Hill.
I know.
I know all the memes have said it, but what a waste. I mean, what did men do to deserve him? That's what I was on. Yeah.
Literally, they did nothing. It's so annoying.
Like he is drop dead. Like drop dead.
He's just a perfect human being. Like it's, and I think that it proved that it wasn't his character. Like it's not his character in Bridgerton that makes him so dreamy.
Yeah.
It's him.
He could play literally anyone or anything, and it will be. Also, that song "Dancing Through Life" has been in my head for like a week and a half now. It's very existential depression, which makes me vibe with it even more. Honestly, maybe that says something about me as a person.
Yeah, that's probably why you like it. Yeah, so I made Alec watch it on New Year's Day because I bought it on Prime because I'm like, I just want to be able to watch it when I want to watch it.
Oh, you bought it, never rented it, so you have it now.
Yeah, because when it was $20 to rent, you only get 48 hours.
I do not
48 hours to watch it. You only get 48 hours to watch it, and then it goes away. She hates
Sorry.
it. She hates
Sorry.
the wine. So why would I rent it for $10 less when I could buy it for $30 and watch it unlimited?
Bought that movie for $30? It's an extravagant spend.
It is an extravagant spend, but again, if me and Alec would have went to the movies to see it again, it would have cost me $30.
Sure.
And I
That's
could only watch it once. So I feel
true.
like mathematically it made sense to buy it.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cheaper than a
So-
movie day. That's true.
Right. So I think I was very smart in my spending. But okay, I'm glad. I was curious, even though you don't remember the play. I was just curious, like, what your thoughts were because you saw the play, and I went
I'm
into
never
it
that
cold
person
turkey.
that, yeah, I can't compare it to the play because I haven't seen the play in so long, but I enjoyed the story. I thought that the actors were really good, except for the redhead guy. And I am excited for part 2. Although I have to say, and I know this is common with every musical you go to see in movies, it is so hard to sit there and not sing. Like, you're telling me the crescendo of Defying Gravity, I'm just supposed to sit here like this? Really? Like, I'm
See,
not
I
just
think
supposed
that
to,
that's why it
break?
was good that I saw it in the movie, like not knowing it. Because if I went back again, I wouldn't be able to not sing. Because now I know it. Like I knew some words of Popular and some parts of Defying Gravity because I know the parts that are always playing and like people sing the beginning
Part
and
2, when For Good plays in part 2, I might just have to get up and like start a solo. Like I can't. And I noticed the movie theater had sing-along viewings,
yes.
but I didn't want to do that. Obviously, my first time through. Also, I probably wouldn't want to do that at all just because that's a little weird. But like,
Yeah,
it is
because you
so
know
hard.
it's gonna be all the theater people who can actually sing.
Right. So I'm happy. I, now have the soundtrack on my phone so I could sing it in my car and nobody hears me, which is what I did with the original soundtrack. So it's fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Oh, and
I'm
I
ready
love
for part
the
2.
cameos.
Oh, I love the
I
cameo.
didn't expect those. I never saw those online. I wasn't spoiled
No,
for that.
I think a lot of people, like, even now, like, nobody's really like
Yeah.
saying, like, even though I saw it, I'm still not seeing spoilers. I did find it interesting. I know that they say her name like 333 times, but until you see it spelt out, I didn't realize that Madame Marble, her name is Horrible with an M.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. Like I wasn't like putting 2 and 2 together every time they were saying it until I was like seeing like
Thought it was a
reels
marble.
of it like written out, and I was like, oh my god, why didn't I not realize she was going to be horrible?
I love all the ways they say wrong words in the movie. That's like one of my favorite things. They always say the words wrong. I can't even smell this.
It's that bad? Okay, get rid of it.
Wait a minute. I need to. Please hold. What? It's 14%. That's common. I don't want to like put this company on blast, but my God. I already said the name of it, so actually but the first one, great. Second one, I'm pouring that right down the drain. Woohoo! Anyway.
What else
do
went
we have
on this
my
week?
list? Huh?
Those were the only notes that we had. I don't know what else went on this week. I got nothing. Nothing's going on in the Mets world. Apparently, we are getting Pete Alonso back. We're not getting Pete Alonso back. Who the hell knows still?
Still don't know. It's the same status.
We still don't know.
They said I saw some notifications today that I completely ignored about perhaps us getting another pitcher, but I didn't even see what pitcher they were talking about. So
Yeah, like maybe we should get more of those.
yeah, probably. That's
We
preferable.
probably need them.
I did see that Bad Bunny came out with new music and he did rap something about Juan Soto.
Yes.
Even the Yankees are going to the Mets in it, and I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I did see a meme about that actually, and they were like, "What is Bad Bunny doing rapping about the Mets?"
I feel like
Yeah,
Bad Bunny and the Lindors are probably like secretly very good friends.
Oh my god, best friends for sure. Have we seen? What's the daughter's name? I can't think of her name.
Helena?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because the wife and the daughter's names are so like similar that I'm always like afraid I'm going to say the wrong one. But like, have we seen her moves? She's definitely Uncle
yeah.
Bad Bunny is definitely playing in that.
Oh yeah. True. I know she's so cute.
I know.
But no, nothing
But
else is
yeah.
happening. The Jets we don't talk about because they're done.
But the Jets. Wait, the Jets
They
who
won
showed up
though,
this week. What were we doing? What were we doing? We had trick plays going. Aaron Rodgers almost caught a touchdown. Like, are we kidding?
He's in bonus time now. He's like, I'm out of here next year, so I don't really care.
I literally am just like, I
Senioritis to the
hate you.
max.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And then
How-
Rex Ryan might be coming back as a coach.
Oh, I saw they interviewed him.
Yes, and he's very confident, apparently. According to Ryan Fields on Channel 7, Eyewitness News, Rex told him he was very confident he would get the job again.
I mean, he's the last coach that got us to the playoffs, so who knows?
Something's got to give.
Him and his foot fetish might be coming back.
Will your sister be okay if the Jets get Rex Ryan as a head coach, that her dog will now be named after Rex Ryan, the head coach of the Jets again?
He was the Jets coach before he was the Bills coach, so he shouldn't really.
Speaking of bringing it back to full circle, the nativity thing, I thought you were going to say that the dogs ate baby Jesus when they were at your house.
Although Allie, the dog, she did knock over the wise men about 4 times. So at one point we just left the wise men laying down because we're like, it's just not worth putting them back up time and time again because they don't fit in the manger. So we have them like next to them on the tree skirt.
Right.
So it's very wobbly. So the minute you move the tree skirt, the wise men go
They're down.
Yeah, so like a dominoes. So we just left them down. But no, they're good otherwise. I had one. Oh, and then since we're just talking about sports, I haven't heard how are the Rangers doing? I haven't heard from anything about them all year.
Yeah, you haven't heard about them for a good reason.
Oh.
Also, Optimum and MSG are like violently fighting with each other. So I have no MSG at the moment. The Rangers suck. Yeah, they were having like a Twitter war basically. Like Optimum was like, we tried to keep MSG for you, and MSG is like, no, you didn't. We tried to give you less, lower our cost for you, and you're still denying the proposals that we're sending you.
Oh.
So they're like in a full-blown Twitter feud, which is hilarious.
I better not get any ideas.
I'll lose my
Then
mind.
I'll really cancel my stupid cable. I'll be done if SNY ever cable.
Yeah, so I just yeah,
But
so the Rangers are sucking.
Why are they so bad?
Well, no one knows. No one knows. It's very frustrating. They have pretty much the same team as last year. But they did trade away 2 people, one of which I was very sad that they traded. I mean, I think they won like maybe 2 games last week, which like I'm just like very out of touch right now with them. But
wait,
the Jets,
that good goalie from last year is gone though, right?
no, he's there still.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, now that the Rangers are over, I mean, the Jets are done. We'll go more into Ranger watching, but also we don't have MSG, so like, how am we got to figure out how we're gonna watch them.
That's a shame.
It's so fun.
Remember when I said I was gonna get into basketball this year? I haven't watched not even one basketball game. I think the Knicks are doing decent though. I don't know though.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that either, but you might be right.
I've not been following really anything except football, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
and her husband might get their dream this year. The Bills are looking real good.
I know. I feel like the playoffs are gonna be like crazy this year.
But yeah, I don't have anything else to add for this episode.
I don't either. So we'll have another episode next week, and then we probably won't have one after that.
Maybe we need to start, and we should have done this last year we should have done like a Being Friends book club. We should have done like what we were reading.
Okay.
And like
we could do that stuff. Okay, we could do that still. I just started the book.
The problem is I read 52 books last year, and I'm definitely not going to hit that number this year. And so
so that's fine.
But all the books that other people are going to be reading this year are the books I read last year.
Not necessarily.
Like 3 of those books you bought at Barnes & Noble's I read last year.
I know, but that's because I'm also late to the game with them. because I like hit a lull in my reading and I stopped reading.
Okay, well, anybody that watches this and is interested, please follow me on Goodreads. You can follow me and Jess on Goodreads.
Oh, I actually downloaded a second reading app. It's called Fable, and you can do TV on Fable as well, Toni-ann.
What do you mean do TV?
Like it has TV and you can log your TV shows also and probably find people that are watching the same like TV shows as you.
I don't need that's opening a can of worms I don't need. I already have an app that tracks the shows I watch, and that's
I know, but it's books and TV all together. So like I don't know. I felt like that was like cool for you.
It's tempting. It's definitely tempting to look it up.
So
I have to.
Anyway, that's all we have.
But yeah, maybe we'll put on like the story every week, like this is what Jess is reading, or like this is what Toni-ann's reading, and follow us on Goodreads.
We could do that.
Not that we're gonna like use our podcast to like go full into depth book discussions, but like
no, but we could still talk about like what we're reading or when we finish
we're
a
all
book.
friends here, read along with us. And it'll keep you accountable for reading like you want to.
I know. I set a goal of 15. You still have to watch the OC. I know. I have so much to do.
So much to do. Like their jobs. I have so much to get done. Maybe
you have to create content.
For the 85th time.
I was watching it for my husband.
Okay, well, if he's enjoying it, that's really good.
I think he is. Anyway.
Okay.
Now that we're done rambling.
So we got this week, folks.
Yep. Thanks for being our friend.
Yeah, ta-ta for now. Bye.
Hey, Tigger.
Hi, friends. Wow, you listened to the whole thing. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform and share it with your friends. Ratings, reviews, and comments help as well. See you next week. Thanks for being our friend.